I think we're never able to bridge this gap. We will. Are we live? I'll just assume we are live. Are we live? We're live! I think I shout out this every time, but dear audience, this is the last time for, I think, September. You're going to hear me shouting that out. This series, exactly. Thank you so guys for watching our Passion Dialogue. It has been an amazing journey. As you can see, it's number 10. And we can't believe it, and as you can't believe it, today we are not going to talk about anything around sex. Hoo-ha! Okay, boring. I see already people leaving.
I was going to say something, but
so we started this whole passion dialogue with the founder's journey number 1. This was 10 weeks ago, and today we actually want to close the passion dialogue for the time being as the summary of our 10 weeks journey. And for the one that who just freshly joined us, we are ZaZaZu, a discrete e-commerce ecosystem to guide women to explore, experiment, and enhance our intimacy journey. And through education, sexual education, consultation, and curation of products based on your individual needs. We firmly believe that every woman is as unique as a fingerprint, and we aim to empower women to own your pleasure. This is something that has been massively neglected in our society, and we really want to empower women to own your pleasure, and we want to create this safe space for women to explore, experiment 360 around sexuality and intimacy. And today, for the ones that who have been following us for a very long time and have given us actually great advice, how despite of the fact that sexual wellness, how important sexual education has been, how important it was fantasy, am I normal, am I not normal, all the topic we have talked about, we got actually many feedback saying, how was your founder's journey? And many of them are actually even saying that the most interesting phase of the passion dialogue was still our founder journey number 1.
Yes.
That when we actually started, I mean, I am from a automotive industry background and Cassie from mobile gaming background. What were you thinking? You know? So today we thought that it would be, we have now in the past several weeks, we have reached many milestones. We have finalized our branding exercise. So this is the last time you're gonna see this DIY style passion dialogue just written on a whiteboard. And you will see, we will also see our revamped website, I would say in 4 weeks time. And we are actually attending the Mom Summit and shouting out to Junia, that's a great mom that have organized 40 plus panelists to between the 12th of October and the 16th of October to really discuss everything around motherhood and
how to be supportive for moms in general.
Exactly, and we have gained great supporter from, we have engaged a great marketer, we want to name her here, and she's still working for someone else as well. And we have been working now, also with MediaCom and with potentially with SPH, and many things are happening. It's almost just we felt that we are almost not enough to go, not almost the time. A day just simply does not have enough hours. So we said, you know what? Now it's a good time that we actually started with the founder journey. We would like to close today with founder journey as well for the time being.
For this particular series.
Exactly, and then to share with you, I think this is actually like many of our readers have said. What's the takeaway? What's the takeaways? The 5 takeaways, I would say, has been not taught before, has been not taught in the books. I will start. So 5 takeaways that no books will tell you, and it is simply true. Skills, every accelerator, we met obviously Antler, as most people know, and the thing they tell you, okay, team, most important is the team. What does that actually mean? That means that you complementary skill set, a similar vision, and this, I would say, these are the 2 most important things that Antler or any accelerator or any investor will see at the beginning, or of course industrial knowledge.
Yes.
If you put this way, we are deemed to lose. None of us is from that industry. None of us is a marketer. None of us is a web developer. But we have succeeded. We have survived. In the past 6 months, we have closed our pre-funding actually pretty soon and got actually a better condition than most of the startups out there. So for me, the number one takeaway, partner skill set is not the most important thing. Partnership is the most important thing, but it's the mentality, the character, it's the chemistry. These are things are actually intangible. I agree to the fact that of course, the likelihood for a startup to succeed, to success, from an investor perspective, is fully true. That someone is, imagine if I were a doctor, a gynecologist, Cass were a web developer or digital marketer, the likelihood for us to succeed, to win, to gain
to
the
see
bigger
early numbers, to see early numbers.
Exactly, it's higher for sure.
And therefore, it increases the chances of so-called investment success.
Exactly. So, however, we see that many examples in our previous accelerator and in our also around the friends that we know, just because that the skill sets means the mindset, the chemistry. When I feel really low energy, Cass was there to help me to build up the energy. When I feel really some of the time where I really feel, oh my God, these are days that startup journeys that today you think you're a genius, next day you think you're an idiot. And the days where you think you are the idiot, your perfect half on that time, if he's just a web developer, would not be, he would just maybe tell you, okay, you are an idiot based on the facts. But sometimes you would need your partner say, you know what, forget everything, go drink a whiskey, cheers, I have your back. And this has been something that has been, among the 6 journeys, I regret many things. This could have done better, this could have done more sufficient, we should have done the shareholder agreement earlier, One thing I've never regretted is that I have chosen as a partner. This is something that is, so partner skill set is not the most important thing, it's the chemistry between the two people, number one. Number two, theory worth nothing. Of course, exaggerating way, no? Series, as long as I went through the NCR journey 18 months, I go through finances, marketing, then we go to enter shareholder agreement, convertible notes, how to strategize this, all crap, because it's not applicable in real life. In real life, you will realize, okay, it's not just some of the fund, they always say, okay, roughly you need 1 month, you need actually 6 months to fundraise. That is not factually maybe true, but it's not factually true because, for example, in our fundraising journey, we had 11 investors, 10 signed within a month. There was one who has been extremely, encouraging because he was picking every small things, really helped us a lot because he's saying the fact that the other 10 did not pick every little things, this will actually cause you trouble in the later round. Because whatever you are setting now, you say I'm causing you trouble, I am actually helping you to establish your position in the next round. So because of that person, his great advice, it actually took us 3 months to close our fund.
But I feel so learned and knowledgeable now.
It's true.
That now you show me a shareholder agreement, I think I should read it roughly and say that I think I'm missing some clauses here. Maybe you need to go back to your co-founder to sort things out. It's a great learning thing because I've never seen such a thing.
So Cass actually drafted our shareholder agreements and then alongside with our lawyer, and then you think that this is something that you would think you would never be able to do. But actually Cass drafted this first draft. And then you just realize everything what we have learned in theory on the book, somewhat not applicable.
Until you do it, then you can appreciate what the theory was saying, but there's always so much more on top of it.
Exactly. And then number 3, go through this journey, entrepreneurship plus this challenging industry, you really realize who are your friends, and you will be massively, positively and negatively surprised that who actually have your back, whether it's your friends, your former colleagues, your previous bosses. We have experienced often that some of my friends, they say, oh, what a great what a great journey you are being through, so great, so important what you're doing. And then another day, I hear from someone else saying the exact same person bitching about, oh my God, what she's thinking. She must be really desperate in her marriage. That's why she's not going to do this. So now, these are things that you think that people are supportive. This has been someone that I have always considered, wow, really supportive. I have to ask advice. This is she that I will go to. And this is exactly what happened. Whereas I have another person that has always been quiet. I didn't even ask her to do my survey, for example, because I thought, oh, she's kind of prude and she would never be supportive. But then she was actually the one who, in my circle, did the survey first. We have done a sexual intimacy survey, aiming to gain 5,000 people in Southeast Asia to establish the state of the intimacy and sexual wellness in Singapore. She was the first one done this. And then, without telling me, I saw that. And then I look back in my LinkedIn or in my Facebook every time when I shout out, come guys and support us, watch us. She has never told me that, but she has always been there. So it was somehow opened my eyes because she is also a more introvert person. And then your assumption about your friends or about your circle are until you are doing something daring, something that is challenging the status quo, you would never know who are actually who really have you back. And this is where you realize who are there for you and support you.
So
regardless what you do.
Have you cleaned up your phone list already?
In a way, yeah. And then this is one thing I have to say. If this is the sexual wellness, we'll go back to that later. Sexual wellness, if you are going down this journey, really to challenge status quo, change something has been stigmatized for hundreds of years. You really see behind, the beauty about that is that you see behind people. You really understand, you learn so many lessons about deep inside desire, deep inside hidden kind of human nature, the dirty side and the pretty side. And it really gives you great lesson about what is meant to be human. What does it actually mean?
What's your core?
What's your core? Exactly. So number 4, this is something that books tell you, but I really tell you, mission and vision really important. This is all. If you start entrepreneurship, many people, even in Anther at that time, many of our people from our cohort started this journey for the sake of starting. I want to be an entrepreneur. Why? We start this journey because we want to change the change the status quo, change the society perception of female sexual wellness. This is something healthy, something that is fundamental, contribute to your health well-being. And if you don't believe your mission and vision on that, you will days that are like 2 days ago. Everything just crashed. Everything did not work. The page did not work well. We had somebody bought something, but then somebody that dropped again. So there are days that things you are just against all odds.
Some days are shitty.
Some days, summarize that you really just want to drop it. You just want to, you know what? I will give back. I will pay my own money. Just give back the money to the investor. Oh, just go back to the more comfortable life, and then. But then next day you wake up, you think about the mission and vision you have, you stand up again. I have many in LinkedIn, many people reach out to me and say, okay, what is the if I want career advices? I'm an entrepreneur in residence in Seattle as well. So often people ask me, okay, what young students asking me, okay, what's career advice? What's one career advice I can give? Is really follow the mission and vision. Don't work for a boss. Don't work for a company. Don't work for a project. Work for the mission and vision. This is the only long-lasting thing. Because you will work for that. If you follow the mission and vision, this company or your entrepreneurship or whatever the project you are aiming to do, this will last long. Regardless if it's rainy day or a happy day, it will last. It's long-lasting.
Understand the value that you can bring to this mission of you.
Exactly. And the very last thing is, this is something that I was very grateful when I said this in LinkedIn, that I got many people reaching out to us, and I think this is something worthy to share in Facebook as well, is that every time when I thought I was rejected for something good, I was actually redirected for something better. And I think exactly this is the time where COVID hits you. Sometimes there are a bigger cause. I am not I don't believe in certain, I don't have a certain religion, but I do believe there is a intelligent design somewhere around us.
Divine being, higher powers.
Exactly, higher powers. So actually, if you believe in yourself, never give up on yourself, regardless how tough life is. Something happens to your family, laid off by job, and then own health problem, everything, there is a reason behind. Sometimes you can't see, you can't maybe see the next year, but never ever give up hope and then believe in yourself. When we started this journey, I remember I told Cass, if anyone does not invest in us, I will probably drop it. I will not probably, I said actually I will drop it, just so you know. And then Cass was very quiet, I said, okay, let's see. And then actually, then Antler did not invest in us, and then for many reasons. And actually, I can actually share frankly, two reasons was, one reason was that it's a sex tech, that it's something that generally people, investor, GP, LP does not want to buy through vices. Secondly, they actually believe in that time that we are not the right team to do that. Exactly because of what I had shared before, not the right skill set. And I remember that at that time they are saying that you are just two women have the passion in that space. And okay, we successfully, now the elevation part count, we successfully close our pre-seed, have now a significant number of followership. And so it just because, and at that time when Anchor said no, I was actually on that day, I made my decision and say no, actually I want to drop. But I didn't tell Cass at that day. The next day, this is where the vision part kicked in. I woke up and I realized, why did I start this with Cass? It's because of we want to change the sexual wellness for women. We want to contribute something for the society. We have been in corporate life for quite a while, and if not now, when? If someone were to do it, if not us, who else? This is where we pick it up, and then we were redirected to do something better. The condition was better, and it was has been a great, despite of all the things that I still yet to share, a great journey. So I've been talking too long. So, Cass, 5 takeaways.
Okay, my 5 takeaways. Before I come up with the 5 takeaways, I was actually asking Jingjin, can I just praise you continuously? Okay, well, how did that come about, right? I had lunch with another girlfriend. She is also an entrepreneur, bringing science tech to Singapore. I'm like, wow, mind blown, science tech. And then that was amazing. And we started talking about accelerator. Also, how did I come into this space? We went through, and I also explained about Antler and so on. And I actually said, I am very blessed to have found Jingjin in Antler. Amazing. And that changed my idea of accelerators. I have to honestly admit, when I went to sign up for the program, I'm actually not sure what I will get out of it. Because I'm thinking, how could I actually find someone to work with me for the next great mission? You know, probably the mission will take us 5 years, 10 years. How could I just find somebody from a random program that I don't know? Yeah. We are stuck there for 2 months, and then suddenly we are founders together. A couple for 10 years, right? That's like speed dating. Like,
you have to get married, no?
Yeah, actually, basically, right? And I really had my doubts. We went through the first week and I'm like, oh my god, this is so stressful at the boot camp. Right? And then just trying to get to know founders really fast, 2 boot camp, and then trying to assess whether we can be the ones to work together and so on. I don't really, in a way, I wasn't really sure, but I'm in the mode of, let's try it. The fact is there are success coming out of it. Maybe it will show up for me. I don't know, but let's go and see and then decide. So I went in. Went through a few boot camps, worked with several different partners, and then ultimately, let's just be very honest with those who got together. Some of them broke up. Yeah. Some of them broke up IC. Sometimes some of them broke up before IC. Some of them broke up after the investment have come in for many reasons. Yeah. But I find comfort that we being two very different women who only know each other through the program.
Yeah.
There's no way we will know each other if it was not for the
True.
program.
Agree.
No way, because our paths don't cross at all.
Yeah.
I'm in the gaming industry, she's in automotive.
What?
Yeah.
Where are the processes? No?
Yeah, correct. Hardware, software, like nowhere in between. Don't know how that happens, right? But we did. Okay, higher powers. We did come together and being so different, and yet we could, I think, complement each other in terms of character. If there's anything that needs to be complementary, I would say character and food. That was one revelation that I discussed with this friend that I had lunch. If we can't eat the same lunch every day,
True.
it's really hard to get past the next 10 years together every day.
No, we actually had this discussion with someone that we think that could be a co-founder, and then we just realized that he was a vegetarian. We had one lunch together and realized, despite, of course, this was not the only factor, but then it's very interesting what you say. It's lunch. If you say that, what's your criteria for finding a co-founder? Lunch, haha, no, are you joking? It's true, because this is actually the time where, in the corporate world, you realize that people who smoke, who go lunch together, they have different insights.
Yes.
Because you bundle, right? And in the time where you work so intensively together, if you can't share the same food, no?
Yeah. It's like, what do you want for lunch? Just buy me anything. Whatever you eat, just buy me one share.
Easy, no? Because now I think that if we were have this conversation, indeed, buy me something easily, no? Okay. Too easy, no? Okay, no.
So, interestingly, food. Get your lunch right. Once you get your lunch right, I think you pretty much know who's going to be your partner. I have always, before I worked in the program, I always thought that friends would be the one that can work with you on such a journey together, because you already know each other at the interest level, you already know kind of character. But even though you kind of know it logically, in practice you actually see it happen in the sense of we carry a persona differently when we are friends versus the persona. It's all me, but I have different personas when I face different people.
Right.
At work, that is my persona. As a friend, and at a special interest group, that is my other persona. And these two personas can actually be very different. I could be very easygoing with you, but when we are just talking about interests, habits, fun, we are having fun. How serious can you be?
Yeah.
Maybe you are, but I'm not. So we're having fun, it's fine. But when it comes to work, then I think we all carry with ourselves a certain set of standards that we want to meet. So talking about standards, so that's where I think these are the things that we actually need to align in terms of finding a founder.
Yeah.
You can have two very different characters, but if you align in food, okay, maybe somewhat values and really the standard, I think that would be the most important criteria for me when it comes to finding founders now at this stage in time. This is my realization. Values is important because there are some things that you want to do, and there are some things that maybe you have decided that I will never touch, I will never go down that route. And I think in business, the chances of actually being exposed to many different options are very high. And if you're really unhappy or really in the no choice situation, and then you're given certain options, where do you stand? What are your values? Those will be the guiding posts on what actions you will choose to take.
Exactly.
So that's the one part. I take very long to talk about this point on the complementary part of things. So I'll move on to the next one, which is everyone has been telling this to us: A/B test everything, right? Test your hypothesis, test your assumptions, and so on, right? And then so we were doing this Facebook Live passion dialogue, and then there'll be feedback about you can do this, you can do that, blah blah blah. So one of the comments that come to me, right, is either Cass, change your glasses, or Cass, lose the glasses. So let's A/B test, right? So change this one. Okay, this is just one part. Okay, so I'm really doing A/B testing. So next time you can give feedback on how you feel about this, right?
It looks very good actually.
What?
Yeah, better than the other one.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. I always thought that because I have very dark eye circles, right? So I always wear my glasses to hide my dark eyes because
Look great.
I sleep in ungodly hours. So yeah, so tell me. Give me a comment, like test the other pair of glasses is better or whether this pair works, right? Okay, so A/B testing. Everyone has been telling us test your hypothesis, test your test this, test that, test your product. What makes you think that people will want this and so on? Great advice, and I think it should be executed. And in that process, while people give you the advice of A/B testing, they also give you a lot of other advice because of their own experiences, because they have experienced certain success in certain manner and failures in others. But I would say as a founder, there are certain things that you need to be very clear, what are you trying to achieve?
Yeah.
And in that sense, choose your battle as well, and choose your advice as well. I think everyone who offers us advice have it in their hearts to
meant well.
They are really well intentioned. But we are in the business, and you as a founder have to decide who do I listen to. And at some point in time, maybe all the advice are right, but maybe they need to be dropped onto a different timeline, and they will all be true at different points.
Just
in the
not
journey.
as now.
Yes.
Excellent point.
Correct. So we are not saying that the advice are wrong, but I think we need to be grounded and be clear. Why did I do that wrong thing? This is all part of A/B testing in my personal opinion. From a bigger point of view, you might say you should have done that. Yeah, but not doing that is a way to also find out that that was a wrong thing to do. Einstein, you find 99,999 ways how not to make a light bulb.
Yeah.
Then you finally find that one way to make that one light bulb.
But because that you could find that is because you feel 99,900 whatever times.
Exactly. So A/B test, I totally agree. But when it comes to advice as well, you want to really either do your A/B testing or you decide to choose which advice to take because time is actually limited. I do one thing, I really find it hard to do another thing in terms of assessing the different advices that all call to us. Having said that, there are also people, besides giving advice, actually giving us pro bono help. Okay, and like solid pro bono help, which Jingjin has already highlighted. We had a workshop with MediaCorp, we had workshop with one of our wonderful advisor. Before this, there was a lot of things here. I think the advisor knows who I'm talking about, right? So wonderful, and all this information really help us to solidify certain things and how to ground things. And it really makes you appreciate the people around you. Because I think some people, I don't expect them to give me advice. I don't expect them to actually give me the help. Now, like, I will talk to some friends who are actually in business, and I say, hey, actually, I need to find someone to help me design my books. And then, immediately one contact comes up. And then call her, and then another one will message us and then say, okay, talk to this other person. The production cost is much lower. It just comes up like that. And the fact is, I'm not very good at maintaining casual friendship relations. I'm usually I was just telling her, when I meet my friends, we meet once a year. We may meet for like a whole 6 hours, but we really just meet once a year, kind of thing. So I am weak in that sense, and yet I have this kind of really advices that just come in the moment I open up my mouth to ask. So really, it gives you the different lens to appreciate people around you. And I may not have reached my 5th point, but this point is my most important point.
Right. No, going to that, it's also because that people believe in the cause, because people follows what we are doing, and not big. Apart from us, it's also because people who are on board with our doing pro bono work are. If you have the mission, vision is right one, fits to you, people realize reckon the authenticity, and if they feel that we want to create ZaZaZu movement, people feel that they want to be part of it.
Indeed, which leads very nicely to my last point. Now I'm A/B testing without my glasses. So actually now I can't see anything at all. So you know how blind I am. But this point about believing in our mission, right? Really, I think when you are out here on the entrepreneurship journey, be bigger than life. Chase for something that's beyond you, bigger than you, because otherwise it's not worth it.
Yeah.
Let's just say the kind of efforts that we put in, the kind of things that we have to change about ourselves, and the kind of things that we have to face. It's not worth it if it's just for a very small cost, or you're just trying to make more money. You still can make a lot of money in the corporate world.
Yeah.
The fact is, and
with less effort.
Yes. Yeah. So being bigger than life, because when you are bigger than life, I think what you do becomes a torch or a light there for other people to realize that if someone is attempting something that's so much bigger than life, they can also have the courage to chase for their own dreams and move towards a brighter path. Really igniting what we're doing is on sexual wellness, very stigmatized. But what we're trying to do is really telling you that you need to center yourself and chase for what you believe in. That to me is the essence of what we are doing. Sexual wellness really is part of who we are, and the fact that other people tell you not to do this, and again, this is very much almost like a string. Our journey is like a string version of this. Right? Everyone tells you should only do this, you should only do that, and you must not do this, and you must not do that. That is what is happening in sexual wellness, right? That the society tell you no, you can't do this, no, you can't enjoy yourself, no,
It's
you
not
can't
ready
tell
yet.
people. Yeah, but you are who you are, and you simply be who you are, and then you will live a much happier life and chase for bigger things. What is wrong with trying to elevate your happiness and your pleasure? Why is somebody telling you that no, you should not even be thinking about elevating that part of your life? Doesn't make sense. So same thing, right? We are doing entrepreneurship. We are really trying to revolutionize this part in the society, and you want to be bigger than life. I really need to wear my glasses.
Beautifully said. I think this is actually the takeaway. At the end of the day, everyone needs to, there's no right or wrong to follow any of the career paths. If you really want to pursue the entrepreneurship path, find the course, not for the sake of money, not for the sake of anything. It's really, if you want to bring something big, and I do believe, I don't believe the talk of unicorn actually, but I do believe, change the status quo, challenge the status quo, it will lead automatically to a unicorn. Not maybe in 5 years, not in 10 years. Don't chase the money, chase the cause. And this is actually the only long-lasting, enduring path, I think, that entrepreneurship. If you ask whether entrepreneurship is for you, rather ask what kind of cause, what is your cause, what is bigger than you, that you feel that on the mission and are passionate and skillful enough, have the right partner to go down that journey. I think that this is the biggest takeaway we all have. Founder journey can talk. I think we can talk about this topic really for hours and hours. And I think we have shared now the key takeaways. So we will pause now for 4 weeks, I would say roughly. And then when you see us next time, it's going to be a complete different new look. Still going to be the passion dialogue, but in the new brand guide, the new brand look. And I think until then, if you have any questions, just as from now, reach out to us. We are available. Our Facebook, everything is still live. And then just PM us and like before. And then I think that thank you so much for everyone who has supported us, which gave us, maybe as a conclusion, maybe what actually really gave us the drive to pursue this journey, although there are actually everything speaks against it. We are applying for Singapore grants. Singapore government has given such a great support for startups. Can you believe that that's the organization who actually received the money from the Singapore government? This is called AMP. So what is it called? Accredited Mentorship Program.
Yes.
So there's the partners. Exactly, these are partners that Singapore government giving the money to. That we as a startup can apply and then and then say, okay, help us, and then it's a program. There are 35 partners of them. Normally, you as a startup, you choose who is the right segment and so on. Well, we chose the right segment and extended. We applied to all 35. Half of them ignore it because sex tech. The other half of them say, are you sure this is something elaborate, and then was really curious, and then, okay, then no, then drop it. And the other half say, what a great course, but no, it's really, and then just a simple ad at that, no? Facebook advertising does not work. IG advertising does not work. We are not, for God's sake, not advertising something that a big fat dildo into your face. This is about female sexual wellness, raising awareness. Still, something so healthy cannot be advertised, cannot be supported, cannot be against all odds. Having said that, we have now in the meanwhile really numbers in 3, if not even 4-digit people reaching out to us as what you girls have been doing has elevated my journey, whether it's sexual journey, my personal journey. Because what you are doing, it's encouraged me to do what I wanted to do all the time. I think COVID is a great time in sense of reflection. People really, we see people who are reaching out to us saying, I always wanted to quit my job. Now, because I've been following you for the 9th Fashion Dialogue now I dropped it. Everybody is saying, are you out of your mind? How can you give up a job in this uncertainty time? And he said, because I finally want to pursue my dream. During COVID, I realized 5 years ago, if someone asks you, where do you see yourself in 5 years as a career? Everybody has said wrong, because nobody would expect things like COVID to happen. So do it now if you believe in your cause, and thank you so much for supporting us on this difficult journey, and reach out to us still if you have any questions, seek for encouragement, and see you hopefully in 4 weeks with our brand new look. Take care. Bye, and tell us whether you like Cass's last or not.